This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, good evening. Hello all.
Evening.
Hope my voice is audible for everyone.
Yes.
So we will give a couple of minutes for others to join and then we will start our demo session. We'll wait for 2 more minutes. We'll wait for other learners to join and then we will start our session. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Once again, welcome everyone. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. Myself, Saravanan Srinivasan. So I'm going to take you through this entire journey of AppDynamics tool learning. So I have close to 12 years of experience in this field. I know various performance testing tools, performance engineering tools, APM tools, utility tools, work with multiple customers. So what we are going to do here, we are going to learn this tool with the real world example, because I know in this group, those who are trying to learn this tool, they wanted to implement in the real world. So our learning also, we are going to learn in that way only. We are going to learn this tool with the practical examples, with the real world examples, and also interview preparation thing will be part of the session itself. So without wasting further time, what will I do? I'll quickly show you the course content, what we are going to learn as part of this learning. So that we will discuss. Yeah. So first of all, I wanted to double check. My screen is visible for everyone. My voice is audible for everyone, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for confirming. So the first topic that we are going to learn is that actually what are APM tools? Because right now that understanding is actually missing. If I ask, even the college passed out students or with the 2 to 3 years of experience in the testing field, if I ask the question, what are APM tools, they'll say, I don't know. Because they don't have that awareness or the understanding about these APM tools, application performance monitoring or application performance management. That understanding is actually missing. And here in this course journey, what we are going to do, we are going to learn that first. APM tool means what, why we have to learn this, if we are learning, what are all the benefits, if you are learning this tool, how you are going to do your reporting, normal performance tester, what they are doing, along with the APM tool report, what you can do, like that we are going to discuss in this topic, what are APM tools. Because right now in industry, everybody is expecting not only performance testing, you should go beyond certain level. Okay, if you are saying like I will only do performance testing and I will only provide response time hits per second throughput, that is not sufficient nowadays. You should go beyond certain level. You should provide why, where, all those things you have to provide details. Say like you are doing the performance testing and you are doing a particular transaction where transaction response time is actually 10 seconds. Transaction response time is actually 10 seconds and you are providing that number to your customer. Next question what customer will ask is that, where is that 10 seconds spent? Is it on the browser layer? Is it on the app layer? Is it on the DB layer? Where that 10 seconds is actually spent? That is a question definitely your customer or your stakeholder or your development team or your architect, all the people will ask you this question, where that particular response time spent. So if you are only using performance testing tools, it is really impossible for you to provide more detail, because your performance testing tool capability is to only measure the response time. That's all. The performance testing tool will only measure the response time. It will not provide you the detail where the time is actually spent. Okay, for that you need a special set of tool, which is actually right now we are learning APM tool. Okay, because uh, uh, nowadays, we are moving into agile model, we are moving into DevOps model, we are moving into pipeline executions. Yes, our nature of job itself is actually changing nowadays. In that situation, you cannot only say I will only do testing and then I will move into the next release activity. No, you cannot tell like that going forward. You need to contribute across the layer. That is also the expectation from the customer nowadays. Okay, what customers are expecting, don't provide the number alone, you provide me the details. That is actually very important. That is actually very important. Say like a search transaction which is actually taking 10 seconds. If I tell that number to my developer, they'll say, boss, in that search transaction close to 1 lakh line of code is there. 1 lakh line of code is there. How will I understand where the problem statement is? Which component is actually creating problem? Which search criteria is actually creating problem? All those things they will ask you. So that's where you are going to use these APM tools, because APM tools are going to provide the problem statement, problems in detailed way. So that is a reason we are going to learn this APM tool, guys. That is a reason we are going to learn this APM tool. Okay, I'll take a pause here. Any question, guys? Anybody have any question till now?
No, sir, it's clear till now.
Yeah, Diti. Yeah. So next topic, why APM tools are important? Because that is also important, right? What? See, regularly I'm doing one activity, I'm able to do all the things. Then why should I require additional tool to learn? So first of all, you should know the core value of this APM tools, core capability, core features that are available in the APM tool. Why we have to learn that? Because your customer will ask this question to you. That time you should educate them, right? You need to educate the customer, right? That time you need to know all the capabilities, features that are available in the APM tool. Okay, so we need to get that understanding why APM tools are important. I wanted to do client-side monitoring. Yes, APM tools are important. I wanted to do database monitoring. Yes, APM tools are important. I wanted to do infrastructure monitoring. Yes, APM tools are important. Like that, you have a list of activities that are available in APM tool. That is the reason we are going to learn the APM tool. So we are going to learn that in a detailed way during our regular session. During our regular session, we are going to learn that. So guys, I wanted to tell you here one thing. All these things we are going to learn in a practical way with the sample application, with the configuration of the agent. We are going to receive the metric, we are going to analyze the metric, we are going to pinpoint the problem statement. Like that, we are going to do each and everything in a practical way. In a practical way, we are going to do each and everything. Okay, that is the importance of this course journey itself. And also interview oriented preparation. Interview oriented, I mean, I will cover, these are the questions definitely they'll ask in the interview. Why don't you prepare yourself for call graph? Why don't you prepare yourself for partial call graph? Why don't you prepare yourself for baselines? Why don't you prepare yourself for dashboard creation? Like that, we are going to cover in such a way it will be useful for your interview preparation as well. That is how the course content is actually designed. The course content is actually designed to make yourself comfortable with interview preparation as well. Because after the session, definitely most of the people will try for interview. I hope in this forum already you guys are aware of it. If you go and open any job description nowadays, okay, nowadays if you go and open any job description related to performance testing or related to performance engineering, nowadays definitely one APM tool will be there in the list. Definitely one APM tool will be there. So that's the reason we are going to learn this tool, because if you learn one tool, other tools will be look-alike same, but there are one or two capabilities, one or label change, one or two feature level changes will be there, but other than that, core value will be same. That's the reason we are going to learn the AppDynamics APM tool. AppDynamics APM tool. Okay, I'll take a pause here. Any question guys still now? Yeah, in your organization, maybe already your customers may be having these APM tools in place, or you can educate the customer to purchase this kind of a tool to make yourself uh, consistently doing your work, because end-to-end monitoring can be done. Is there any performance glitch that are there? You can easily find it. Infrastructure level problem, you can find it. Database level problem, you can find it. Like that, a lot of benefits are there. So that's the reason we are going to learn this APM tool. We are going to learn this APM tool. So now we are into the AppDynamics introduction. Okay, so I will say, just a minute, guys. Sorry. So now we will learn about app in specific to AppDynamics learning. Okay, I mean AppDynamics tool. What are all the capabilities are there? Okay, AppDynamics tool. What are all the agents that are there? How these agents are working? How the data it is going to capture? All those things we are going to discuss from this topic. In AppDynamics, there are two deployment models are there. One is SaaS-based model. Another one is your on-premises model. Okay, SaaS-based model, on-premises model. So we are going to discuss in detail. We are going to discuss in detail what are your on-premises model means what, your SaaS-based model means what, who will prefer to use SaaS-based model, who will prefer to use on-premises model. All those things we are going to discuss in this section. In this section, we are going to discuss about SaaS model, software as a service, and then on-premises model. I mean, within your firewall, within your LAN, how you are going to configure this APM tool. That also we are going to discuss. And then the core topics are starting from here only. Core topics. What are all those? Actually, in AppDynamics, applications may be monitored separately, infrastructure monitored separately, database monitored separately, browser monitored separately. So that is what we are going to discuss right now. That is what we are going to discuss right now. What are all those things? So for our learning guys, what I decided is that we wanted to give you two flavors. Two flavors. That's the reason I designed this course content like this. Two flavors. What are all those? Two application agent. Two application agent. What is that application agent? One is Java agent. Another one is Node.js agent. Java agent. Another one is Node.js agent. Okay, Java agent and then Node.js agent. Okay, so in Java agent, I'm going to explain Apache Tomcat deployed Java application. Apache Tomcat server deployed Java application. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to install your, how to configure your Tomcat server. On top of it, how you can run the Java application, how to configure your AppDynamics agent. That is very important, because every interview people will ask this question: have you ever done agent configuration or what? In this course content, we are going to learn that as well. Okay, we are going to learn Java agent configuration. Okay, Java agent configuration. Once the configuration is actually done, how your data is actually coming to AppDynamics, how the data is actually coming to AppDynamics. Once the data is actually coming to AppDynamics, how you are going to do your investigation, I mean with respect to the request, with respect to the errors, with respect to the response, with respect to the exceptions, all those levels we are going to learn the APM tool features. Okay, that is what I mentioned here. Getting started wizard, manual application agent, the application dashboard means what, business transaction means what, service endpoints means what, tiers and nodes means what, memory analysis. Okay, memory analysis and JVM analysis. So actually I am going to explain a very important topic called heap dump analysis. Okay, heap dump analysis, I mean not only heap dump analysis, I am going to explain a garbage collection, Java garbage collection. In Java, how garbage collection is actually working. Very important thing, guys, because whenever you are going for any interview, people will try to find how you are good in Java understanding, right? So I am going to explain garbage collection process, the entire garbage collection process. I mean, what is young generation, what is old generation, what is perm generation, what is hidden space, survivor space, or tenured space, like that. Each and everything I am going to explain with the example. I am going to in a detailed way we are going to discuss that garbage collection in Java. So that topic is very important, guys, because if you are aware of these topics, you know, it is easy for you to crack the interviews. So that's the reason we are going to learn the garbage collection in Java, garbage collection in Java. And then troubleshooting things, there is an option called war room that are available in AppDynamics, that also we are going to learn. All these things we are going to learn in the application agent. All these things we are going to learn in the application agent. I'll take a pause here. Any question, guys, still now? Anybody have any question?
No, sir, you can proceed.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So the similar thing we are going to learn using Node.js agent. I mean, a Node.js agent deployed on the Node.js server. So this is a second sample application agent that we are going to learn. So in this, what we are going to do, we are going to deploy Node.js agent, and then we are going to retrieve the metric in AppDynamics, and further you are going to do the investigation. I mean, all these things, application dashboard, transaction, all those things we are going to do it in the Node.js agent as well. Node.js agent as well, we are going to do that. Okay, and then there is one more agent called server agent. Server, I mean infrastructure level. If you wanted to do the monitoring, how you are going to do it? Infrastructure level, if you are going to do the monitoring, how you are going to do it? Okay, so AWS Windows monitoring, Linux server monitoring, like that, we are going to do it in a two-way. We are going to do it in a two-way. I mean, Windows server monitoring, Linux server monitoring, both the agent configuration we are going to do using AppDynamics. AppDynamics we are going to do it. Okay. Not only that, database agent. Database agent. There are two database agents we are going to learn. One is configuring your AppDynamics agent. Configuring your AppDynamics agent in MySQL DB. Capture the data, and you are going to investigate with respect to database performance. So in AppDynamics, along with the database monitoring capability, you also have hardware monitoring capability. I mean, your CPU utilization, memory utilization, disk utilization, like that. All those things you can do using the DB agent itself. So that learning is also we are going to do it. Not only MySQL DB agent, we are going to learn MongoDB agent configuration, also data gathering, investigation, root cause analysis, everything we are going to do in the MongoDB as well. So to database agent, to machine agent, to application agent, we are going to learn here. We are going to learn here. Okay. Along with that, very important concept called user experience agent configuration. User experience agent. What is that? Because nowadays you say like you are providing your performance testing result to your customer. Okay, what customers are asking? You are giving one number, but in production we are getting different number. Why it is different? Why it is different? So it is different because of lot of reason. One reason is your performance testing tool is not providing a client side metric. Client side metric. I mean client side in the sense like browser loading, browser rendering, page painting. All those numbers are not available in the performance testing tool. Okay, maybe you can claim it is available in the true client protocol, but I'm saying about usual web protocol, there is no client side metric we are going to get it, because mostly we are doing HTTP protocol performance testing only. So for HTTP protocol response time, there is no client side loading, rendering, page painting are not available. So that's the reason there is a difference in your number and the production number. So in that case, what you can do, you need to capture that as well. I mean, when you are loading your application in the browser, how it is actually loading the components. Is it actually taking too much time in the browser, or is it actually loading quickly in the browser? All those things you are going to do the investigation. You are going to do the investigation. How that investigation can be possible? That investigation is actually possible using the user experience agent. User experience agent. So we are going to do what? Agent instrumentation. Very important concept. Agent instrumentation. When you are instrumenting this agent into your application HTML, you are going to capture each and every static components, each and every CSS, JavaScript, HTML, how these things are actually loading in the browser. That you can capture using user experience agent available in AppDynamics tool. So in that user experience agent, along with the learning, we are going to learn real user monitoring and synthetic monitoring. You are going to learn real user monitoring and synthetic monitoring also. You are going to learn this, because these topics are very hot in the market now, because everybody started discussing about real user monitoring means what, synthetic monitoring means what, like that everybody started doing the discussion. That is the reason we are also going to learn that real user monitoring means what, how to do that, synthetic monitoring means what, how to do that, like that we are going to learn in this. I'll take a pass here. Any question guys till now? Anybody have any question till now?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Prakash.
Sir, what is difference between real user monitoring and end user monitoring?
See, both are same only. In each and every tool, they are using the terms and terminology in a different way. Okay. End user monitoring is you are the end user who is going to access the application. That measurement is end user monitoring. Real user also, you are the real user who is accessing the application. Okay. Say user experience, end user experience, real user monitoring, browser monitoring, client side monitoring. All these are naming conventions that are used in different tools. But at the end of the day, you are trying to do what is happening if you are trying to use your application in the client. The client may be your browser or your mobile. So you are trying to measure your monitoring of your client side level. That's what you are trying to do it. Real user, you are the real user who is going to access this application. End user, you are the end user as well. So you are going to use the application, you are measuring that time. Clear, Prakash?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Related to the IBM MQ, it's my recent project. They're planning to test with MQ messages, the SSH2 related. So, is there any possibility we can monitor the MQs,
See,
IBM
everything,
messages through the
everything,
Dynamics?
Sorry, Mani, your voice is breaking, but I got your question. So everything is actually possible. So these APM tools, I mean, these AppDynamics or Dynatrace, all these are what they are doing. They have certain out-of-the-box feature. Out-of-the-box feature in the sense, like through the agent, you are going to do certain activity. If not, you have plugins and extensions that are available. Through that, you are going to do. So these MQs and all, it's all additional capabilities, but it's not like default agent level, but you can still do the MQ level using their additional features, AppDynamics additional features. Through that, you can do the monitoring. Yes, it is possible. Answer to your question, it is possible.
Okay. Do I have to request any plugins for that, or so this is inbuilt? As per my understanding, not an
That
inbuilt
is not
feature.
a default. That is not a default feature. You need to request for separate things.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So user experience, the agent level, we are going to learn two application agent, two machine agent, two database agent, one user experience agent. Like that, we are going to learn different agent level. See why I'm stressing these points, because everywhere if you go, any interview or any discussion forum, anywhere if you go, people will ask you, do you have experience in agent configuration? Do you have experience in different technology agent configuration? Do you have experience in gathering the metric in AppDynamics? Do you have experience in finding the root cause of the problem statement, or real world investigation that you did it, or what, like that only usually everybody will ask the question. So in this course journey, what we are doing, we are covering all the aspects, all aspects. Agent configuration, data retrieval, everything we are going to do it through our learning. Okay, different application, different learning, different agent configuration, all those things we are doing. Through that, we are going to learn this. Okay, that is how the entire course content is actually designed. Okay, the entire course content is actually designed to cover all the core features of your AppDynamics tool. All core features of your AppDynamics tool. Any question, guys? Still now? Anybody have any question?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Prakash.
Sir, I was just thinking about the your answer, but then, sir, what will be the browser level monitoring? Because the end user will going to access the application through browser only, na?
Yeah, browser level only we are going to do that. What we are going to do, AppDynamics will have a concept called instrumentation. Okay.
Okay.
So that instrumentation means AppDynamics will provide one JavaScript. That JavaScript we are going to add it into the application HTML file. Okay. Once you are adding the file into the HTML file, that JavaScript will monitor all the browser level or your HTML level, CSS level, JavaScript level, PNG level, JPEG level, what are all the things that are happening, right? All those things will be monitored by that monitoring metric will be captured by that JavaScript. So that we are going to display in Dynamics user experience tab, and we are going to further investigate. So that is what we are going to do, Prakash.
Okay, okay. Got your point.
Yeah, sure.
Hello?
Yes, Shivaram.
Yeah. Sonu sir, if we are connecting load testing and load runner controller, these are the things we are monitoring and load runner controller also. What is the difference between in AppDynamics and load runner controller specifically
LoadRunner, sorry,
for
LoadRunner
before
controller,
publishing the
what are all the
application?
things you are monitoring, Shivaram?
Just yeah, if we are publishing that results, what we are done in load runner controller, these are the things we are getting through load runner controller also. In MySQL database monitoring,
Yeah,
MongoDB
yeah.
monitoring, all other things we are monitoring through load runner controller also. While we are putting load on the load testing, either stress testing, these are the things we are getting through load runner controller also. Why we need to end user for application monitoring specifically? We are done in load runner controller for either into 1000 users, 500 users, 2000 users load. We are testing into that application in before publishing the environment. Why it is needed for AppDynamics for end user perspective?
Yeah, Shivaram, yeah, thanks for your question, but I'll ask you the again same thing.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'll ask you the same thing. So in your controller, you are measuring CPU utilization, memory utilization, or your whatever metric. Okay. Have you ever got why that CPU utilization is actually having 80 percentage or 90 percentage? Any information that you received in controller?
Yeah, in controller we got the things according to our application users load, like 500 users load, either into
No,
1000 users user
no.
load. We are monitoring on that service information, either into CPU utilization, disk utilization, network utilization, bandwidth utilization, whatever it may be, either into hardware details,
Yeah,
application database
I think
monitoring, server
that
monitoring, complete details we are monitoring through LoadRunner controller also. Why it is needed for AppDynamics also? How it is helpful for end users? If we
if you're
if we are monitoring AppDynamics for end users, there is no need to do load testing for LoadRunner controller, right?
if you're allowing me to speak for at least 25 to 30 seconds, I will answer your question. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah. So I mean, you did 10 scripts executed in your load test. Okay, example. And your
Yes.
CPU is working for uh, 85 percentage or 90 percentage. I am a
Okay.
customer for your application. I am asking Shivaram, why that 85 percentage came? Because of what transaction that you processed, this is actually 85 percentage. Can you tell me?
Yeah, if you are got 85 percentage, either 90% of that monitoring transaction results, that is completely monitoring to either into the Tomcat console, either into WebLogic console, either into JBoss console. What are things happen into that
That is
application
that
server,
is
either
what
into that web
that,
server details.
that is what you are going to find it using AppDynamics tool. Your controller will not say which method, which class, which file, which is actually the culprit, which is actually making your CPU utilization to go to 85 percentage or 90 percentage. Okay, your response time is actually 15 seconds. Example, your controller is actually telling your response time is actually 15 seconds. Will you exactly say how many seconds spent in app layer, how many seconds spent in DB layer, how many seconds that spent in browser? Is it possible for you using controller?
No, it means we are getting complete response time based on the transaction wise, right? AppDynamics
That's
is giving complete response time
yeah,
for each transaction. It's not for
transaction.
user is any application server, is into a database server. That is completely it's a round trip time.
Who is actually giving round trip time?
Yes, LoadRunner is AppDynamics is giving round trip time, right? This is the completely
No,
an
no,
URL
no. AppDynamics is not giving round trip time. It is actually giving each layer how much of a time it is actually spent.
oh, okay.
Time spent in DB, time spent in your application server, individually it will provide. Your controller will not provide that. Okay. And also, all the numbers that you are talking is actually a static numbers. Static numbers in the sense like I'll ask you the question. I don't know how far you drill down in controller and all. I don't know, but I did a lot of things. Controller, the samplers that are collected, right? How much of a granularity it will collect? You have any idea?
Yeah, actually, if we are testing load testing through either loader controller, either into Jmeter, client is getting transaction response time they are giving either into that below 8 seconds, either into less than 8 seconds. They are giving particular server response either into web layer, either into application, either into database layer. They are not giving any such transaction response times. They are completely giving that application response time for each transaction and individually.
Who's actually giving? LoadRunner?
Yes, we are done into LoadRunner or Jmeter.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. You capture one search transaction. Inside that, lot of web custom requests are there in your load runner script. You can tell which call is actually taking more time.
In so many calls are there into log into logout functionalities in between.
That's what you can tell individual call level response time.
Yes.
Okay, in that particular call, is it actually a browser level? How much time spent? Application server, how much time? DB level, how much time spent to that particular call? You can get it.
No, we are identifying particular transaction wise, right? Is we
I think you
load
see.
load on the tool completely
Sorry.
full of transaction response times only they are capturing. Why? Because we are putting the load on the for each transaction level only. They are
Sorry,
not
Shiva.
monitoring any. They don't know how it is accessing how it is configuring through LoadRunner controller gives that much of configurations
Sorry,
for
Shivaram,
end
actually,
user.
yeah, one thing I'll tell you. The application team where you are working, they are very good friends of you. That is the reason they are not asking these questions to you, and you are doing your regular release level activity and you are moving to the next release level activity. That's the reason. The
Yes.
others in the forum will know the pain of getting questions from the developer. You have to justify for whatever the number that you are sharing it to the customer. It is not like your LoadRunner tool is giving one number, and if you are giving that number to the developer, your job done. It's not that easy. Okay, and you are thankfully you are gifted in your organization. They are not asking all the questions maybe. Okay, but it is not the case for others in the forum. In this forum, if I ask somebody to speak, they will speak for 1 hour, 2 hour about their developers. They are shooting questions with them like, tell me why it is actually happening like this. Tell me what is the CPU utilization. Why the CPU utilization is spiking. Tell me memory utilization. Why it is actually spiking. Which transaction is actually creating too much of a memory utilization like that. Lot of questions will be coming from developer side. Thankfully, you did not get it. That's the reason you are saying LoadRunner numbers are super good numbers, and you are believing so LoadRunner number is actually the final number. But it is not like that. Even your LoadRunner numbers, sometimes it will be wrong, and your LoadRunner numbers, sometimes it will give you a wrong perception. Okay. So when you are trying to use these APM tools, you are going to justify your developers or you are going to justify your customers. I don't know where you are interacting with your customer. Customer will definitely ask if you are saying such a transaction is actually taking 10 seconds means they'll ask 100 questions to you. Why the 10 seconds? Why the 10 seconds? And one more thing, if I am a customer of you, if you are saying 10 seconds, I will ask one more thing to you. Simple stopwatch is enough to find such a transaction is actually taking 10 seconds. Why, Shivaram, you took 30 days to find that number? You took scripting, you did the execution, you did preparation of the report, and finally you are coming and saying your search transaction is actually taking 10 seconds, Shivaram. A simple stopwatch is enough to tell that number. If the customer is telling like that, what will you answer, Shivaram?
I don't know, sir.
Yeah, that's where these APM tools are actually used, because APM tools are there to justify customers' questions. Okay, your LoadRunner report is not dictionary. Okay, LoadRunner report is not dictionary. In the journey, you need to provide detailed numbers. Don't only provide login transaction 5 seconds, logout transaction 10 seconds. That is not the final destination. Why login transaction 5 seconds? Why logout transaction 5 seconds? Where the time? DB is a culprit, or infrastructure is a culprit, or your application logic is a culprit. Which code is actually the problem? Which class name is actually the problem? Which method name is actually the problem? Like that, you have to give the details. Okay, you are gifted because nobody is asking question to you. That's the reason you are saying like LoadRunner numbers are super good. But there are organization, they'll fire you with questions. They'll ask you 100 questions to you to get the details. Okay, and one more thing I'm telling you, in your organization, maybe they are providing all activities that are monitored. Okay, all activities that are monitored in your organization, but not every organization will provide controller access, and not every organization will have controller itself. There are people will do Jmeter. So those who are not having that capability, for them it's actually very useful. And controller numbers, I don't know how you are strongly saying controller numbers are good, but if you are talking, I mean, off the line you talk to me, I'll explain what are all the loopholes that are there in the controller numbers. Okay, in your controller numbers, can you tell me, like, in controller, what are all the queries that are executed in DB?
We are through monitoring SQL servers.
Okay, query details, what are all the queries that are loaded, what class name that are loaded, what method
Yes.
name that is loaded, and all you will get it in controller.
What in this load completely giving query level analysis only they are giving.
No.
SQL.
Query, select query, update query, and all you will get it in your controller.
Yes. We are getting the
In
results from
controller.
the SQL profiler only.
That's one. So you are using 10 tools for one activity. SQL profiler is a separate tool. Controller is a separate tool. Even your Apache console is a separate one. Like that, you are using 10 different tools. Answer to that, AppDynamics is one tool. Okay. So that's how
Okay.
this tool is actually evolved. Okay. If I ask the way you are saying, right? SQL profiler, I need to recruit one person, Shivram for performance tester, and then developer for Apache Tomcat console analysis, like that. I need to recruit 3 person for doing this activity. But if you know one APM tool, you can do all that. Clear, Shivram?
Okay. Okay, Shravan. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So,
Sir, I need to ask, sir, is there any difference in with AppDynamics and Dynatrace, or these both are function the same manner?
both are function as the same manner, Dipti. But
Okay,
each tool is having their own unique features. Okay, like LoadRunner and Jmeter, you guys are having, right? So each tool is having
got.
their own features and capabilities, but both are mature tool in the market. Both the tools are actually mature tool in the market.
Okay, but
Okay.
is still client preference more towards AppDynamics? Because most of the GD when I saw they mostly ask for the AppDynamics tool.
Uh, I, I, I'm not thinking like that, because the
Okay.
customer who are already having a Cisco stack will
Mm-hmm.
prefer Apple, and other people will try to use Dynatrace or Datadog or Neuralink. It's all customer to customer. But
Mm-hmm.
answer to your question, yes, the point is valid, because more preference is going towards AppDynamics and Dynatrace. More preference is
Okay.
actually going towards AppDynamics and Dynatrace, and that too, there is a neck-to-neck competition between these two tools.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, surely.
Yes, Saronan, my question is, if somebody know the app dynamics and in the company they are using the Dynatrace. So if I study the app dynamics, can I work on the Dynatrace?
In another 3 to 5 days, you can learn Dynatrace.
Okay, so
Within
it will helpful to learn the Dynatrace as well.
very, very, very useful. Very, very useful. Because say, say like you learn to LoadRunner. If I ask you to learn Jmeter, means it's matter of fact to learn Jmeter. Only naming conventions and other stuff only you will learn, because correlation is correlation, parameterization is parameterization across the code, right? So it's a common entity.
Yes.
So similarly, agent configuration, data gathering, group cause analysis, everything is actually common across tools. Only thing is we are going to have a different tool name, different label name, menu name. That's the only difference. Other than that, you are still going to get the benefit.
Okay,
Okay.
and apart from that LoadRunner and Jmeter, and we learn that APM tool as well, the app dynamics or Dynatrace. So what I need to learn some more in performance engineering?
A very, very good question. Actually, this APM tool, anyways, it's going to cover all aspects first. Okay. But the engineering means a very huge word. Okay. It's not about only you are going to see the problem. You need to tell the solution as well. Okay. So that's where engineering part is actually coming. So APM tool is also an engineering tool only. Okay. But if you are asking me, don't only stop your learning till APM tool. Try to expand your learning in other aspects as well. Okay. So if you told, so I'm going to learn AppDynamics, I'm going to stop my learning. Don't do that. You try to expand your knowledge. When the technology grows, you should also expand your knowledge by learning different tools. Okay.
Okay. So where I need to move after the app dynamics or Dynatrace once it completed? Which
You
tool
can
I need to move?
you can learn the database side, little more tuning side. On the application side, you can learn little more tuning side. On the infrastructure side, you can think about little more tuning side, like that. You can learn each and every layer. You can think about the tuning aspect.
Okay, means which course I need to do in the Isha training?
So we have a separate performance engineering course available, Masudalam. Okay, so
Okay, okay.
you take that as well. That will be helpful for you.
Okay,
Shravan,
Sarun.
these
Thank
all
you.
are the latest, we can say latest performance engineering tools that are in the market. I said because previously we haven't used this kind of tools.
Sorry, is it a question or statement, Dipti?
No, no, it's just a statement. I'm saying because earlier we are using PC side scope and now it's just in the market we have AppDynamics and Dynatrace.
Yeah. Say, see now, if you are, I mean, say like you are going to start your career in performance testing. Okay. So what you can do, you learn one performance testing tool, one APM tool. Within a month, you will get job. That's a trend nowadays. That's a trend nowadays. Okay, because every job description they are having one PT tool, one APM tool. So that's the reason everybody started focusing on learning this APM tools, Deepti. Nowadays, I mean, I would not say within 1 month. It's about your involvement. It's about your learning. But people are thinking in that way. I will learn and I will get the job. That's how the people mindset is there nowadays. Deepti. Okay.
Yes, but still, how much time at least if a fresher need to learn any this performance engineering tool, how much time it will get to at least get so much understanding so that at least we can attend an interviews? How much time duration at least it will take? Can you just give me a just a rough idea?
Yeah. Recently, I trained two of my close friends. Two of my close friends. Okay. Uh, Both of them took a month. Okay, month or 40 days to
Mm-hmm.
crack the interview. I mean, both of them got the job. Okay, so two of them got the job. So what they did, they learned Jmeter, both of them, and then they learned Dynatrace. Okay, both of them got the job. So I'm saying it's about the participation and the interest that you are showing. Okay, it is not 40 days. Everybody will do it, right? There are people will show interest, so they'll complete it in 40 days. There are people will take little more time. Or if you are a super talented guy, you can easily complete in 30 days itself. So it's all different from person to person. But I would say that the trend is going like this. I mean, one PT tool, one APM tool, you will get the job. That's how people are thinking nowadays. Okay. Oh, sure. So,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, sure. So those who are interested to proceed with this course journey, guys, okay, this is the Kumar sir number, okay, 8019952427, 8019952427. I'll paste this number in the chat. You guys can take it. Okay, this is Kumar sir number. Okay, Kumar sir number. I'll paste it in the chat as well. You can take it. I'll copy paste this link in the chat so that you guys take a look of the course content that we are going to cover it. Okay, this is purely a weekend session. Saturday, Sunday only the session will be. Okay, purely a weekend session because we got request from multiple learners because they are unable to spend time in the weekdays, so they wanted to have something in the weekend. So that's the reason we designed this timing. So you can learn the entire tool during the weekend itself. So every Saturday, Sunday, 2 hours, 2 hours Saturday, 2 hours Sunday, like that. Within 3 weeks, we'll complete this. Within 3 weeks, we'll complete this. Okay, Saturday 2 hours, Sunday 2 hours. Within 3 weeks, we'll complete this. And 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock Indian time. Indian time, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. correspondingly in other locations. US, UK, Australia, correspondingly in other locations. So 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Indian time, we are going to learn this. We are going to record it. All these sessions we are going to record it and we will share the video in YouTube playlist URL. We'll share the video. Those who are unable to attend the session, maybe you may be having some weekend plans or something like that. You can watch the video and then you can come back and ask your questions. That's how we are going to have it. All these videos you are going to have a lifetime access. Lifetime access you are going to have it. All artifacts we are going to share through Google Drive. You can download, you can configure, you can learn everything in your machine itself. That's how we designed this course content. So those who wanted to be a part of this course journey, please enroll yourself. 8019952427 is Kumar sir number. You can reach out to Kumar sir for any further information. It's a weekend session, 7 to 9 p.m. Indian time, correspondingly in other locations. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining this demo session. Thanks everyone for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with you people. Thanks everyone for asking questions, make this session more interactive and informative. So I'm expecting the same will continue in the entire session. Thanks for joining and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.